Right, what's up everyone? We are going camping in Norfolk. Let's see what that's like. Right, so we're going camping and we've taken the Zoe. It's about 40 miles to the campsite and we'll probably do a bit of driving around when we're there. Now, because we're going to Norfolk, I'm a bit apprehensive. I've been following another YouTuber and her 2 attempts to go to Norfolk haven't ended well in terms of the charging network infrastructure that's up there. So I'm kind of hoping that we can do this in one charge. We're 100% charged. We've just squeezed 100% charge in just before we go. We have got 169 miles of range. According to the GOM, but as you know from previous videos, I have not been very good at getting anywhere near that kind of range. So I think we're going to have to do some drastic things. So I'm going to have to unveil my secret weapon and we're going to probably have to press the eco button and keep it eco all the way. And we'll just maybe just see how many miles can we actually get out of this car before we need to charge it. There are some rapid chargers in Norfolk. A lot of the pod point chargers are 7 kilowatts only though, so pod point's the only really network that I'm going to use when we're going into Norfolk. A lot of the other charge point networks that are in Norfolk need an RFID card, so it's not an option, it's an absolute requirement. And to be fair, I'm just going to boycott those kinds of charge point networks because for me they're just dead to me. I mean, why the hell should I sign up to, I mean, if I signed up to every company that offers a charge point or RFID card, I'd have literally a box full of RFID cards. It's just not the way to go. Then there's the whole personal data thing. You're going to put your personal data on all of those companies' websites and servers and hope that they keep them secure. It's just absolutely unacceptable. So let's get the secret weapon out and let's press the eco button. Let's see how far we get. Let's see how this camping trip goes. We've managed to get everything we need in the car, just. Yeah, so let's see how that goes and, you know, tag along for the ride.
And dude, I brought my hat.
What? Secret range weapon.
Daddy.
Two rear belts fastened. Check. I love Zoe for that.
Let's roll.
Yeah, there might be at the point.
Are we panda powered?
We are panda powered.
Okay. And doggy powered.
Right.
So, we have done 16 miles and we've used
4 miles.
4 miles of range. So there you go. You're a machine.
Just gonna know how to drive us.
In my defence, we haven't been doing much 70 miles an hour. There's been a lot of traffic and these roads are slower than the ones to Cambridge. Fair. If we keep this up, we ain't going to need to charge, like, even if we go and drive around a bit.
Looks like we'll be doing a lot more driving from now on then.
Maybe.
or I'm going to have to do some serious teaching and breaking of bad habits.
It's got a wedge underneath the pedalling.
Yeah.
Although that button is pretty much like a wedge under the pedal. We've done 37 miles.
No, we haven't. We've done 19.
And we've done 19 miles on the GOM. So that's pretty cool. And we are nearly there.
We are getting there now.
It's raining a lot over there.
Oh, that can go away.
So there we go, we're here. 20 miles of range used to get 40 miles in real life range, so in real life distance. So, you know, the biggest thing limiting your range as an electric vehicle is you, the person driving it. And certainly in my experience, my wife drives a lot more sensibly, and she's much better at resisting the urge to put the foot down. And actually that's one thing, you know, electric cars have got great acceleration. They feel really good when you do put your foot down, and that kind of encourages you to do that. But you know, in reality, if you do resist that urge, then actually you can go a long way on a charge. And we've got 149 miles left, which is absolutely fantastic. I don't think we're going to need to charge now on this trip, so that's brilliant, because the infrastructure around here in Norfolk is terrible. So we you know, that's a really good thing. Anyway, we're going to get settled in just in case it rains. We're going to try and get this tent up as quickly as we can. So we're going to do that now, and we'll check in on the way back. Maybe we'll do some, you know, maybe we'll keep you up to date with what we're doing. Nice little campsite this. It's basic, but to be honest, that's part of the fun. So yeah, I think we're going to have a good time, and the family's going to enjoy it. So check in soon. So we've just been out for a meal, and we've lost 17 miles of range, and I think we've probably done about 3 or 4 on and off. We went to one place, it was shut. We went to another place, it was lovely, but they didn't know how to serve more than 6 people, so we ended up at McDonald's. And in that whole time, we lost 17 miles, and we've been like maybe 5 miles at the most, and that's being really generous. So there's been a little bit of an adjustment there. It seems to have adjusted for perhaps the 40 miles that we did do earlier, but we're still sitting on 132 miles, so plenty left for our for the rest of our trip. But we'll see. We might need to do a charge. Let's see. We'll see how we go. Right, new day. We've got 128 miles left on the range, which is a little bit less than we had last night, so it's lost a bit overnight. And we're going to go to Great Yarmouth today, which is about 18 miles away. So let's see how we got on. There are some rapid chargers there. One rapid charger, should I say, and a couple of other little chargers. There's a Tesla destination charger as well. So if we need to, we can get some charge, but actually the battery's still pretty full. So we'll just see how we go, I think, and we can really give this thing a test. Right, so we made it to Great Yarmouth, and we've got 113 miles of range left. So to do 18 miles, we've used 15 miles of range. So let's see what happens when we get back at the car. It might drop in the meantime, but for now we're going to do some indoor activities because it's a bit rubbish today weather-wise. So we're going to go and see the aquarium. Right, so we've just done 35 miles, and we've 34 miles, and we've used 35 miles on the GOM today. We're just down to 98 miles on the GOM, which is good. So what it seems to be doing is pretty much what the GOM suggests. So I think really this comes down to the fact that there's quite a powerful motor in this car, and if you really work this motor hard, then it will just drain the battery. Probably one of the reasons it's limited to 86 miles an hour or whatever it is, because you know it will just suck the battery dry. But yeah, keep it to eco. The roads around here don't need any more than eco mode anyway, to be honest, because it's all 40, 50, 60. Even when it's national speed limit, they're single carriageways, so it's 60. so we've dawdled, but you know, we're stuck behind traffic and stuff anyway. So yeah, it's going well. We didn't bother to charge at Great Yarmouth because there was just no point. We're still over 100 and we had about 120 miles left on the GOM, just under. So we tootled around, had a bite to eat, and then we're back at the campsite. Everyone's knackered, so I think we'll be making this trip on one charge, and that's basically because the mileage is doing what it says it's going to do on the GOM. Normally we're short, sharp bursts on dual carriageways. It just bears no relation. It's about half what you get. So yeah, that seems to be what it is at the moment anyway. We'll check in tomorrow and see what the GOM says then, because what we've also noticed is every time you get in the car in the morning, the GOM's lost a couple of miles, and I think that's probably temperature related. That's a bit interesting, but it's not too bad. At least it's only 1 or 2 miles, not 10. So yeah, we'll check in tomorrow, see what's going on. Time to go home. Bit cold last night, but nice shower this morning, so that was alright. Yep, so we're going home today. Trip to a museum on the way home, but hopefully the 88 miles of range is still there in the car and we'll be able to get home no problem. Aircraft, and another aircraft, and quite a few aircraft. Yeah, I think this is it. Yep.
This is it?
This is a museum. This is definitely an aviation museum. Otherwise, somebody's amassing a personal air force of classic aeroplanes. This place is a little bit of a surprise. It's got a nice cafe. Museum, quite extensive, quite a few aircraft to see and do, little play area for the kids. There's even some little push aircraft that you can put your kids in and push them around the museum, and they don't charge an entry fee. Amazing. Bit hypocritical coming from someone who spends some time making a YouTube channel and isn't trying to monetize it, but actually I wouldn't be embarrassed about charging an entry fee for this place. And to be honest, I've been to plenty of places where I have been charged an entry fee and thought I've just been robbed. So this is definitely not going to be one of those places. So I recommend it. The Norfolk and Suffolk Aviation Museum at Flixton. Very, very interesting, and definitely well worth a visit. Free entry, but I think we're definitely going to make a donation here because there's a lot of effort that's gone into it. So check it out. Ready.
We have
Well, that was
68 miles on the GOM.
68, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we better not go this 69-mile route that's been suggested by the sat-nav then. Right, so we've reached our charger of last resort and we've got 53 miles left. So this pod point charger at Darsham is a rapid charger. We could have charged here if we really needed to, but we don't. So we've just come to check it out and see what it looks like, just in case we ever come this way again. And it's got a 22 kilowatt AC connector, CHAdeMO and CCS. So it caters for everyone, although you do need to bring your own cable for this particular one because it will take a type 1 or type 2 connector. So we've got 53 miles left and we've got 20 odd miles to go, so I think we'll just crack on home. Let's go. Okay, and we're back. So that's we've got 32 miles left on the GOM. It's been pretty accurate, and I think that just goes to show that if you're driving it in eco mode, but also if you're driving it below 60 miles an hour, generally the GOM is pretty accurate. It's only when you get on those dual carriageways, motorways, where you start to see these big inaccuracies creeping in, and you know that's something that is going to need to be addressed in some way, shape or form, because you're going to really need to know how much range you've got on the GOM when you're going at those kinds of speeds. So either it should adapt very quickly, or there should be kind of two modes to it or something like that. Don't know what the answer is there, but anyway, we've had a good couple of days. We haven't needed to rapid charge, which has been good. We've done about 120 miles we estimate, so 32 miles left in the GOM, just over 150 miles of range, which is not too bad when considering we started off this trip with 168 miles of range. So it's still a little bit less well than the GOM estimated, but it's within 10 miles or so, so it's not huge. Anyway, we've had a good time. Kids have had a great time. Probably not always going to go camping in the Zoe. It's a bit of a squeeze, but you can do it if you're only going for a few days. So it was a good experiment, and at the end of the day, you know, doing the 120 miles hasn't cost us very much money because we took this car. So, you know, another little benefit is if you do know you're only going away for a couple of days, you can take this car. Then you're not having to fork out for 120 miles worth of diesel. So that is a bonus. So there you go. A little trip for you. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.